Are you tired of feeling like your performance in the bedroom is being held hostage by stress? Do nerves and anxiety creep in, leaving you feel insecure and unable to fully enjoy intimate moments? So today, we're diving deep into the world of stress-induced performance anxiety and exploring powerful strategies to overcome it naturally. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we explore topics related to personal growth, holistic health, and sexual wellness to help men experience a life of high vitality and peak performance. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Let's face it, guys, sex is a very important part of our overall well-being and our intimate relationships. However, when stress enters the picture, it can wreak havoc on our sexual performance and our enjoyment. So that's why addressing performance anxiety is crucial if we want to reclaim that sense of confidence and pleasure in the bedroom. So when it comes to stress, its effects go far beyond just our mental state, okay? Stress has a profound impact on your body and your mind, including your sexual performance. You see, stress triggers the release of hormones like cortisol, which can have a negative impact on our sexual response. It can actually lead to decreased libido and difficulty getting aroused, and even affect our ability to achieve and maintain an erection, creating symptoms similar to erectile dysfunction. So research has shown that chronic stress can actually disrupt the delicate balance of hormones in our body, which affects the production of testosterone, which is the hormone crucial for sexual desire and performance in men, as we all know. Also, high levels of stress can lead to fatigue and muscle tension and a general sense of unease, making it difficult to fully relax and enjoy intimate moments. It's really the opposite of what we want to experience when we're being intimate with a partner. So, what are some common symptoms of performance anxiety? Well, they can vary from person to person, but some of them most common signs include like a racing heart, sweaty palms, and a general feeling of like nervousness before or during sexual encounters. Thoughts like, well, what if I can't perform well, or will my partner be satisfied? It can occupy your mind, and it creates a vicious cycle of this worry and self-doubt. So performance anxiety can manifest in various ways. Difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection, premature ejaculation, or even loss of interest in sexual activities altogether because of lack of confidence. So these symptoms can be really frustrating, and they have a significant impact on our self-esteem and our overall sexual satisfaction. So it's important to recognize how stress and anxiety can disrupt sexual function. So when we're stressed, our body activates its like fight or flight response, redirecting blood away from the non-essential areas, like the genitals, and this can make it harder to achieve and sustain an erection. Additionally, stress can heighten muscle tension and decrease our ability to fully relax into the space, which is essential for achieving real levels of sexual pleasure. Furthermore, anxiety can create a cycle of negative thoughts and anticipation of failure, leading to self-fulfilling prophecies. So the fear of not performing well or not being able to satisfy our partner can cause even more stress and anxiety, which perpetuates the problem. So various factors contribute to the development of performance anxiety. One primary factor is the pressure we put on ourselves to meet societal expectations and perform at a certain level. This pressure may stem from cultural norms, from media, from watching porn on the internet, portrayals of sexuality in movies, or personal beliefs about what constitutes good or adequate performance in the bedroom. Past negative sexual experiences or a history of sexual trauma can also contribute to performance anxiety. So these experiences can create psychological barriers and make it challenging to feel relaxed and confident during these intimate moments. Relationship issues such as communication problems, unresolved conflicts can further exacerbate performance anxiety as well. So the cycle of anxiety is a key aspect to understand when it comes to performance anxiety. It often starts with anticipatory anxiety, where an individual worries about their sexual performance even before it starts. So these worries and fears can trigger psychological responses like increased heart rate, sweating, and muscle tension that then create the whole experience that you don't actually want. So when the sexual act actually begins, these physical symptoms they intensify and they further fuel this anxiety and the self-doubt. The fear of not being able to perform or meet expectations can lead to a loss of focus and loss of enjoyment, and ultimately impacts your performance and your satisfaction in this particular arena. Moreover, the cycle of anxiety can perpetuate itself. The fear of experiencing another bout of performance anxiety can create a vicious cycle as the individual becomes hyper-aware of their own reactions and potential failures. So this heightened self-consciousness only serves to amplify anxiety and make it more challenging to relax and enjoy the moment. So one of the most important steps in overcoming performance anxiety is to establish open and honest communication with your partner or whoever you're being intimate with. Share your concerns and your fears, allowing them to create a supportive and understanding environment. Discussing your anxieties can help alleviate the pressure you may feel and foster a sense of intimacy and trust. You may actually pop the bubble all together and you can totally relax. You're in this as a team. The goal is to experience pleasure together. So here's some effective techniques for managing stress and anxiety. One is breathing exercises. Deep breathing can help calm your nervous system and reduce anxiety. Slow, deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth, focusing on the sensation of your breath as it fills your lungs and trying to release any tension with each exhale. Meditation and mindfulness practices when you're not necessarily in the bedroom can be helpful. It helps you cultivate present moment awareness and reduces anxiety. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focusing on your breath or a specific point of focus. This practice can help train your mind to let go of distracting thoughts and enhance your ability to stay really present and really focused during your sexual experiences. Progressive muscle relaxation involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body to promote physical and mental relaxation. So start from your toes and work your way up to your head, consciously tensing and relaxing each muscle group. This technique can help reduce muscle tension and promote a sense of overall relaxation. Are you tired of feeling like your performance in the bedroom is being held hostage by stress? Do nerves and anxiety creep in, leaving you feel insecure and unable to fully enjoy intimate moments? So today, we're diving deep into the world of stress-induced performance anxiety and exploring powerful strategies to overcome it naturally. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we explore topics related to personal growth, holistic health, and sexual wellness to help men experience a life of high vitality and peak performance. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Let's face it, guys, sex is a very important part of our overall well-being in our intimate relationships. However, when stress enters the picture, it can wreak havoc on our sexual performance and our enjoyment. So that's why addressing performance anxiety is crucial if we want to reclaim that sense of confidence and pleasure in the bedroom. So when it comes to stress, its effects go far beyond just our mental state. Okay, stress has a profound impact on your body and your mind, including your sexual performance. You see, stress triggers the release of hormones like cortisol, which can have a negative impact on our sexual response. It can actually lead to decreased libido and difficulty getting aroused, and even affect our ability to achieve and maintain an erection, creating symptoms similar to erectile dysfunction. So research has shown that chronic stress can actually disrupt the delicate balance of hormones in our body, which affects the production of testosterone, which is a hormone crucial for sexual desire and performance in men, as we all know. Also, high levels of stress can lead to fatigue and muscle tension and a general sense of unease, making it difficult to fully relax and enjoy intimate moments. It's really the opposite of what we want to experience when we're being intimate with a partner. So, what are some common symptoms of performance anxiety? Well, they can vary from person to person, but some of them most common signs include like a racing heart, sweaty palms, and a general feeling of like nervousness before or during sexual encounters. Thoughts like, well, what if I can't perform well, or will my partner be satisfied? It can occupy your mind, and it creates a vicious cycle of this worry and self-doubt. So performance anxiety can manifest in various ways. Difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection, premature ejaculation, or even loss of interest in sexual activities altogether because of lack of confidence. So these symptoms can be really frustrating, and they have a significant impact on our self-esteem and our overall sexual satisfaction. So it's important to recognize how stress and anxiety can disrupt sexual function. So when we're stressed, our body activates its fight or flight response, redirecting blood away from the non-essential areas, like the genitals, and this can make it harder to achieve and sustain an erection. Additionally, stress can heighten muscle tension and decrease our ability to fully relax into the space, which is essential for achieving real levels of sexual pleasure. Furthermore, anxiety can create a cycle of negative thoughts and anticipation of failure, leading to self-fulfilling prophecies. So the fear of not performing well or not being able to satisfy our partner can cause even more stress and anxiety, which perpetuates the problem. So various factors contribute to the development of performance anxiety. One primary factor is the pressure we put on ourselves to meet societal expectations and perform at a certain level. This pressure may stem from cultural norms, from media, from watching porn on the internet, portrayals of sexuality in movies, or personal beliefs about what constitutes good or adequate performance in the bedroom. Past negative sexual experiences or a history of sexual trauma can also contribute to performance anxiety. So these experiences can create psychological barriers and make it challenging to feel relaxed and confident during these intimate moments. Relationship issues such as communication problems, unresolved conflicts can further exacerbate performance anxiety as well. So the cycle of anxiety is a key aspect to understand when it comes to performance anxiety. It often starts with anticipatory anxiety, where an individual worries about their sexual performance even before it starts. So these worries and fears can trigger psychological responses like increased heart rate, sweating, and muscle tension that then create the whole experience that you don't actually want. So when the sexual act actually begins, these physical symptoms they intensify and they further fuel this anxiety and this self-doubt. The fear of not being able to perform or meet expectations can lead to a loss of focus and loss of enjoyment, and ultimately impacts your performance and your satisfaction in this particular arena. Moreover, the cycle of anxiety can perpetuate itself. The fear of experiencing another bout of performance anxiety can create a vicious cycle as the individual becomes hyper-aware of their own reactions and potential failures. So this heightened self-consciousness only serves to amplify anxiety and make it more challenging to relax and enjoy the moment. So one of the most important steps in overcoming performance anxiety is to establish open and honest communication with your partner or whoever you're being intimate with. Share your concerns and your fears, allowing them to create a supportive and understanding environment. Discussing your anxieties can help alleviate the pressure you may feel and foster a sense of intimacy and trust. You may actually pop the bubble altogether and you can totally relax. You're in this as a team. The goal is to experience pleasure together. So here are some effective techniques for managing stress and anxiety. One is breathing exercises. Deep breathing can help calm your nervous system and reduce anxiety. Slow, deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth, focusing on the sensation of your breath as it fills your lungs and trying to release any tension with each exhale. Meditation and mindfulness practices when you're not necessarily in the bedroom can be helpful. It helps you cultivate present moment awareness and reduces anxiety. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focusing on your breath or a specific point of focus. This practice can help train your mind to let go of distracting thoughts and enhance your ability to stay really present and really focused during your sexual experiences. Progressive muscle relaxation involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body to promote physical and mental relaxation. So start from your toes and work your way up to your head, consciously tensing and relaxing each muscle group. This technique can help reduce muscle tension and promote a sense of overall relaxation. It also gets you really tuned in to where your muscles are in your body and creates body awareness. There are also ways to reframe negative thoughts and beliefs, such as challenging irrational beliefs, recognizing and challenging negative irrational thoughts that contribute to performance anxiety. Replace self-defeating beliefs with more realistic and positive ones. Remind yourself that sexual encounters are a shared experience and no one is perfect and they're meant to be fun. Visualization and positive affirmations. So using the power of visualization to imagine positive sexual experiences is really helpful. Creating mental images of yourself confidently and comfortably engaging in sexual activities with partners. Repeat positive affirmations to yourself, such as I am an incredible lover, sex is always fun and easy for me, things like that get you into a positive state of being. So research has shown that the effectiveness of these techniques in managing performance anxiety is been really helpful. The Journal of Sexual Medicine found that communication, stress management, and cognitive strategies were beneficial in reducing sexual performance anxiety. So by implementing practices like this, you can actually develop a toolbox of skills to help you navigate and overcome performance anxiety, leading to a more fulfilling and satisfying sex life. So taking care of yourself is crucial for maintaining sexual well-being. Making self-care a priority in your life by engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. This is hobbies, spending time with loved ones, practicing self-reflection, being out in nature, indulging in activities that recharge your energy systems. A healthy lifestyle can positively impact your sexual well-being as well. Paying attention to your diet, aiming for a balanced and nutritious intake is certainly important. Certain foods, such as those rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, have been associated with improved sexual function. And regular exercise is also beneficial. It enhances blood flow, boosts energy levels, and promotes overall vitality. Additionally, prioritizing quality sleep as it plays a vital role in hormone balance and overall well-being. Finding a healthy work-life balance is essential for reducing stress and promoting sexual well-being. So chronic stress can negatively affect sexual function and desire. Identifying stressors in your life and taking steps to manage those effectively and mitigate them as much as possible is really key. This is setting boundaries, delegating tasks, practicing stress-reducing techniques like mindfulness or breathing work or things like that, engaging in activities that bring you joy. So by creating a more balanced and stress-free lifestyle, you can cultivate a healthier sexual well-being. Incorporating relaxation and pleasure into your daily routine is key to enhancing your sexual well-being as well. So taking time to engage in activities that promote relaxation, hot shower, cold plunge, jacuzzi, practicing yoga, meditation, being outside in the sunshine, whatever it is that makes you, happy and joyful. Cultivating pleasure in your life outside of the bedroom can also have a positive impact on your sexual experiences. Exploring activities that bring you joy, indulging in hobbies, and fostering emotional intimacy with your partner are key. So research supports that relationship between lifestyle factors and sexual well-being is really key as well. So, for instance, a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that regular exercise positively influences sexual function in men and in women. Another study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior highlighted the positive effects of stress reduction techniques on sexual satisfaction. So by implementing these lifestyle changes, you can enhance your overall well-being and contribute to a healthier and more satisfying sex life. Am I doing the wrong fucking one? No, I'm not. It's so long. No, I have 2 more minutes. So research in the Journal of Sex Research highlights the positive impact of sexual exploration and the pursuit of shared fantasies on sexual satisfaction. So couples who engage in novel sexual activities, meaning new, report higher levels of sexual desire and satisfaction together. Open communication and a willingness to explore can lead to a greater sense of adventure and fulfillment in the bedroom. And remember, building communication and intimacy is an ongoing process. It requires mutual effort, patience, and a lot of understanding. There's no wrong in the bedroom. So by fostering open communication, nurturing emotional intimacy, and exploring new experiences together, you can cultivate a deeper and more fulfilling sexual connection with your partner. So to wrap things up, if you want to dive deeper into this topic in particular, please download my digital app called Natural Jackson on the App Store or on Google Play. Inside you'll find a specific course that I created called Natural Bedroom Secrets, which is designed to alleviate performance anxiety and premature ejaculation and goes into some of the deeper breathing exercises, physical manipulation exercises, and focus exercises that can help you get through this situation. It's essential to maintain a positive outlook on your ability to reclaim a fulfilling and satisfying sex life. So by implementing the strategies and techniques discussed, you can gradually reduce performance anxiety and enhance your sexual experiences with your partners. So if you found this information valuable and want to continue learning about and improving your vitality and your sexual wellness, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel.
So I want to talk about some of our biggest addictions, including porn and its collateral damage. So excessive porn viewing addiction is likely the #1 greatest cause of sexual dysfunction in men. And I'm not a moralist, and I'm not here to tell you what you should and should not do. You're your own person and you will make your own decisions. But what I am here to share are facts and figures with you about issues that I care deeply about and that greatly affect your ability to be the best lover, partner, and man that you can be. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that watching porn will not help you reach the highest levels of your own masculinity, nor will it make you a better lover, a partner, a father, a friend, a husband. In fact, it's actually just the opposite, and it surely won't help you relate to your partner any better. It just won't. You won't be the best version of yourself if you are a heavy porn watcher. And that statement is also backed up by scientific studies, anecdotal data, and personal experience. Excessive porn viewing is rife with negative effects, including physical, neurological, emotional issues that are very, very hard to recover from. However, it is possible. Video 2. So here are some signs of a porn. Video 2. Here are signs that you may be addicted to porn. Okay, you have a loss of interest in sex, and this symptom is especially common among males who have developed unhealthy porn use patterns. You may have a loss of multiple hours per day or even entire days to watching porn. Hiding porn use from those around you, your partner, trouble at work or school for poor performance and or inappropriate use of computers and phones. You may have a loss of interest in other hobbies and leisure activities. You may have a loss of interest in other hobbies and leisure activities such as sports or reading or acting or drama or arts or socializing. You may feel depression, you may feel shame, you may feel guilt. Continuing to use porn despite previous negative consequences such as loss of a job or failed relationships or inability to perform sexually is also another sign. You may have an escalation for paid for sexual services or webcam or things like that to keep upping the ante of your porn addiction. And you may have an inability to stop looking at porn even though you told yourself you would and you're trying your best to not. Video 3. So here are some of the long-term negative effects of porn viewing. The first is erectile dysfunction, which is an inability or challenge achieving erection or orgasm with a real-life partner due to a habituation/muscle memory and a lack of experience in real-life situations. You may have premature ejaculation, which means that you're coming too quickly with your real-life partner due to the habituation and conditioning of the speed of the viewing and the speed of which you are masturbating to porn. This translates into really poor muscle memory and quick orgasms when you have a real-life situation, and or the opposite is not actually being able to get it up at all. Okay. Depression or anxiety. Heavy porn watchers report more depression than non-porn watchers. This may not be causal. So, depression and anxiety. Heavy porn watchers and viewers report more depression than non-porn watchers. Now, this may not be causal, but it could be correlative. You have a reduced executive function. Essentially, watching porn is making you stupid. Your marital quality may be compromised. It's caused by the reward anticipation centers being conditioned by excessive porn use. So when men seek pleasure, they go to the easiest and the most powerful and potent source, which has been conditioned to give them a reward, which is watching porn. It is not going to your partner and having an intimate moment with them. Okay? Your commitment to your romantic partner may also be compromised. Video 4. So what are the neurological effects of watching porn? So we're going to talk about neuroplasticity and how it is affected with porn viewing. Okay? So neuroplasticity can be viewed as So the neurological effects of watching porn. So what is neuroplasticity and how does porn affect it? Okay, so neuroplasticity can be viewed as a general umbrella term that refers to the brain's ability to modify, change, and adapt, both structure and function throughout your life in response to experiences and inputs from your senses. Okay, so neuroplasticity is a term, it's also known as neural plasticity or brain plasticity, is the ability of a neural networks in your brain to change through growth and reorganization. Okay, so what this basically means is the brain is malleable and it can change its structure based on the inputs it's receiving from your environment through the senses. So studies have shown that neuroplasticity in the brain is triggered by watching graphic visual pornography. Okay, developing brains, younger men in their teens and in their 20s, are much easier to condition and change than older brains are. However, older brains can still change considerably. In fact, video pornography is one of the most powerful triggers for neuroplasticity that exists. In fact, video pornography is one of the most powerful triggers for neuroplasticity that exists. All the studies show that watching, masturbating, and finishing to porn has exactly the same effect on your brain as the taking narcotic like heroin. Obviously, nowhere near as significant, but it is a very similar effect. Okay? Norman Doidge, who's an MD, says pornography satisfies every one of the prerequisites for a neuroplastic change. When pornographers are pushing the envelope by introducing new and harder themes, what they don't say is that they have to, because their customers are building up a tolerance to the content. So here's how viewing porn and the dopamine reward response pathway works. So porn scenes are hyper-stimulating triggers. It's leading to unnaturally high levels of dopamine secretion, which may damage the dopamine reward system and leave it unresponsive to natural sources of pleasure, like being with a real human. Okay? Humans desire pleasure. We seek out pleasure by following something called this reward anticipation pathway, which is really regulated by dopamine. That's to say, if an activity that you're doing culminates in pleasure, that activity is linked and recorded onto that person's reward anticipation pathway in the brain. Habituation, which means repetitive action, habituation or repetitive action strengthens the level of that connection, which means that the more you do the activity, the greater the reward response pathway is. So how does this work? If the desired outcome is pleasure, then one of the conditioned paths to get pleasure is through sexual experience. We all know and love it. So dopamine is the ruler, so to speak, of this reward anticipation pathway, which programs memories and information into the brain. Food, exercise, shopping, they can also trigger this pathway. But while viewing porn, surges of dopamine flood the brain and activate this reward anticipation pathway. This is effectively conditioning the brain to associate porn with immediate, successful, and reward anticipation. So if that same individual, that same man who's habituated to watching porn and masturbating to porn and finishing to porn, and they internally desire pleasure at some point throughout the day, that brain is basically saying to itself, what is the quickest way that I can get pleasure? And then the brain will direct that human to the most conditioned and the strongest linked or recorded option along the reward pathway, which gives you the quickest and the most powerful results, i.e. ejaculating and or finishing to watching porn. Okay? So therefore, habituated porn watchers who seek pleasure generally end up going to a laptop or a phone for their sexual stimulation instead of seeking a consensual human to engage with in a real life situation. So the takeaway is excessive porn viewers negatively condition their brains and default to watching porn when they want pleasure instead of finding a real life scenario. Additionally, depression and anxiety is linked to watching porn. Unnaturally strong explosions of reward and pleasure evoke unnaturally strong degrees of habituation in the brain. So changes in the transmission of dopamine can facilitate depression and anxiety, and porn consumers report through many studies greater depressive symptoms, lower quality of life, and poorer mental health compared to those who don't watch porn. Another really startling one is the ejective function of the brain is hijacked via erosion of the prefrontal cortex. So porn use has been correlated with erosion of the prefrontal cortex. That's the region of the brain that houses executive functions like morality, willpower, impulse control. So damage to this prefrontal cortex in adulthood is termed hypofrontality, which predisposes an individual to make poor decisions and behave compulsively. So excessive porn use can be attributed with the loss of the executive function, poor decision making across this area of your life, but then other areas of your life as well. Another factor is escapism. So watching porn gives men an escape into a fantasy world to numb out instead of facing their feelings and their emotions and being able to communicate what's going on in their mind with their partner or a professional who could potentially help them. So tellingly, the study concluded that men who engage in online sexual activities for emotional escape are much more likely to experience negative effects. Not only is a full-blown porn addiction more likely, so are a slew of negative consequences such as relationship problems, sexual dysfunction, issues at work or school, depression, anxiety, shame, and even more. Objectification is also incredibly important to consider. So watching porn promotes the objectification of both men and women. And this doesn't need to be backed up by any scientific data. It's sort of obvious. Porn features women with large breasts who usually So I want to talk a little bit about objectification. Watching porn promotes the objectification of both women and men. It doesn't really need to be backed up by scientific data. It's sort of obvious. But women who have large breasts and who are in these women who have large breasts, who deep throat, who take it in all these crazy positions. For men who have super large penises and large phalluses, who are geared towards getting these money shots, etc. It's just sort of like giving all of the wrong information to people, and then what you're doing is you're objectifying women in that way, and then you think that when you go into your own sexual experience, you have to perform that way. And men think that they have to be this guy who has a huge penis and is having sex like this. Additionally, porn creates non-real scenarios. So porn lacks any sort of real-life scenario that goes with it, from which you can glean or learn that you can apply in real life. So watching porn leads men and women to believe that that may be what sex should look like, feel like, sound like, and that those are the moves that they should be performed in order to enhance your experience, your pleasure, and potential for orgasm. They're really not. I don't believe that that's the proper way to please a partner, but obviously there are times when those moves can be utilized. You know, in my opinion, faster is not better, harder is not better. In fact, most of the time, fast and hard is exactly the wrong way to increase a woman's overall capacity to experience pleasure and fun during a sexual experience. So in summation, you know, porn, from eroding the prefrontal cortex, porn is a really bad teacher. It erodes the prefrontal cortex, an area of the brain critical for impulse control, good decision making. It damages the dopamine reward system, which means that it habituates people who watch it into seeking that thing and that thing only for receiving pleasure. Researchers have evaluated the impact of viewing pornography on the brain, and it creates depression, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation. It's hijacking our neural wiring with really, really significant consequences. So in the long term, watching porn seems to create sexual dysfunction, especially the inability to achieve an erection or orgasm with a real life partner. Marital quality and commitment to one's partner are also compromised. And so what I believe is that your decision to watch porn is your own, but it negatively affects all aspects of your life, especially those in the sexual and the romantic realm. And whether you realize it or not, everything you do in your life is a choice. You have agency over every single action that you are taking. Some decisions are harder than others, but no one is forcing you to watch porn. And taking control of your actions means that you take control of your life. So here's a personal story about my own experience with porn. I was dating a woman in my late 20s, and I realized that we were having some challenges with communication, and we were having... So I stopped watching porn on August 8th, 2014. I wasn't addicted in a very strong way, but I did watch it probably more than I would have liked, but certainly not too excessively. My decision came in a very roundabout way after a week-long meditation retreat where we sat for 4 hours each day in silence and asked ourselves questions about our lives. So in one of my meditations, I had a very clear vision of myself standing naked on a stage, looking out into a crowd of empty seats. And the stage was small and in a semicircle shape. And in front of me, they were lined up, from left to right, 5 beautiful women. And, at once, the woman on the left proceeded to give me... So at the very beginning, the woman on the left proceeded to give me oral sex. And after I finished, in her mouth, I saw this little battery icon on the top of my sort of viewing screen, like you would on a video game or on an iPhone or something like that. It was like, it lost the bar of power. And it was like, and then I heard this little noise that you hear in a video game when you lose a life or when you get hurt by an enemy. So after the woman finished, I miraculously got her up again in seconds, and then the next woman went, and I finished in her mouth, and as soon as I finished, this little battery sign went down. And then it kept going until the 5th woman had finished filleting me, and I had 0 battery left. Now you might be asking me what this has to do with watching porn. Well, it doesn't directly relate to porn at all. But what this vision taught me was the inherent value of my life force energy, which is the energy that you lose when you ejaculate and release. So my subconscious was speaking to me. And it finally clicked for me at that moment that any haphazard release of this life force energy when I finished, and one example was every time I was masturbating to corn, was causing me more harm than good. It was running my engine dry and causing me to feel depleted, less vital, with less will and drive. I knew that in that moment that more harm was being done than any good could come from carelessly wasting my power like that. So I decided to stop watching and masturbating to porn altogether. And for me, it was a very, very easy dial to turn down, and I had complete control over it. And so I did it, and I did it cold turkey. And I haven't watched porn since, and I never will. And I know that it, for me and for many other people, it feeds the wrong beast. And in doing so, it lessens my power, my vitality, and my capacity to be the best man that I can be.
Hi guys, Jackson here. I'm the CEO and founder of Natural Jackson, which is a male sexual health and wellness brand. I'm gonna cut to the chase. I am the only man in the male sexual health space who has started a company and is the face of the brand. There are no men out there that I have seen that are willing to come forward and talk about their products, expose who they are, share very vulnerably about why they created the brand and what these products are for. And that's a differentiator between me and them. Sure, it's easy to have a supplement company. You can go to a formulator and ask for a supplement and spin something together, put a brand on it. Great. Starting a supplement company is easy. Creating an education platform and creating a movement around what it is that we're doing in the men's sexual health space is an entirely different animal. That's what I'm doing. I have a supplement business and I have an education platform through my app called Natural Jackson, which is on the App Store and on Google Play. I expose every issue that men go through, vulnerably, candidly, and authentically. Why? Because I've experienced most of them myself. And every man that I know has experienced some form of sexual dysfunction or issues with confidence or not having enough skills or doubting their size or having low value or low esteem as it relates to their sexual capacity. Sexual energy and sexual vitality is literally the most important thing that runs men's lives. And whether you know it or not, and whether you recognize it or not, it does. It's why we're here, it's why we're born, it's why we're alive. It regulates on a very subconscious level the vast majority of the decisions that we make as men. How do we make ourselves more viable partners? How do we make ourselves more healthy and more skillful? How do we increase our capacity for building muscle and being more attractive? How do we learn different skills that make us better lovers? Whatever it may be. Every man on the planet has experienced some form of sexual dysfunction or lack of confidence in the bedroom area as they've gone through their life. So my platform is for young guys, it's for guys in their 20s and 30s, and it's for older guys in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Do you know why? Because if you have a member and you are engaged in activity and you are alive as a man, then my stuff is relevant for you. Whether they be products, courses, or things that we offer, based on where you are at in your life cycle as a man, whether you're a young guy and you're learning out and you're trying to learn how to be confident in the bedroom, how to learn skills, how to navigate a woman's body. I teach all that stuff in my courses on my app. And whether you need supplements and protocols to help you with specific issues as it relates to libido, arousal, erectile dysfunction, lack of circulation, whether you need products to help with your enhancement and growing your member and having more size and more confidence in your member, I've got something for you. The reason why is because I'm like a mad scientist and a chemist. I formulate products where I can. I work with expert formulas where I can. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last numbers of years going to courses, retreats, workshops, videos, books, seminars, one-on-ones to make myself the most aware, the most knowledgeable, the most skillful, the most cognizant lover that I can be, but also understanding men's health on a level that most men don't. okay? I have spent time, energy, effort, and I've dedicated the better part of my life in a non-professional capacity to get into this stuff and to get into the weeds because I want to help you. I want to teach you all the stuff that I have learned over the years the hard way. I want you to spend less time figuring it out and more time enjoying pleasure. Why would a guy be telling this to other guys? Why not? Okay, why not? It's a gift and it's something that I want to share with you because it's incredibly valuable. It's valuable to every aspect of your life. It's going to make you a better man. It's going to make you a better partner, a better lover, a better husband, a better father, a better employee, a better employer, a better friend, a better son, whatever it may be. Because once you gain confidence in this part of your body with this sexual vitality and energy, it expands throughout your entire field and it affects every single aspect of your entire life. That's what it's done for me across the spectrum of being a young guy trying to figure it out in my 20s and then going into my 30s and late 30s as I've experienced different issues of health, wellness, libido, arousal, as I've gone through different phases of my life. Sometimes I've been sick and I've overcome massive amounts of autoimmune issues. And I've learned what it feels like to not have libido, not to have arousal, and not to be able to get it up and maintain an erection for long periods of time when you're with a partner. I've been through all of it. And I want to share it with you because I know how important it is. And because I'm here as a guy saying, hey, let's desensitize a lot of these issues. Let's destigmatize a lot of these issues that men go through. Every man has an issue at some point. The statistics are alarming. But what I don't want you to do is reach for a pharmaceutical drug. That's the last thing in the world that I want you to do. Why? Because there are natural methods for approaching and alleviating every type of sexual dysfunction that there is. Okay? Herbs and plants are incredibly powerful when formulated properly and when used the right way. That is how every single one of my products has been put together. It's through incredible formulation and a very specific course of action and a mechanism of action of what is going on in the man's body and how do we want to change that so they can have more circulation, they can have more blood flow, they can have more arousal, they can have more rigidity and maintenance of that manhood when they're with the partner. If you reach to pharmaceutical drugs and you're in your 20s, you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. It is the biggest mistake that you will ever make. I don't care if it's a short, quick Band-Aid fix. Don't do it. There are other ways. There are other options. Every generic version of Viagra, of Cialis, of Levitra, there's sildenafil, tadalafil, modafinil, all the fills, they're all drugs. All of these companies, Hims and Roman and Lemonade, all they're trying to do is get you to take their drugs and become addicted to their drugs. They don't focus on any of the root issues and any of the root causes. So if you're a young guy and you're getting ads for these things and you're having a little bit of trouble with your partner, don't reach for the pharmaceutical drug. Reach for a natural solution. Work on yourself. Start to understand what makes your body tick and move. Develop a healthier connection with that part of your body. Start doing exercises. Start avoiding masturbation to corn. Start avoiding masturbation to porn. Start focusing on healthier practices. Start at doing edging or semen retention. Those are also all things that I share about in my app. I have courses on the app that focus on natural male enhancement. It's called Natural Growth Secrets. I have a course that's about bedroom savvy, bedroom dynamics, and how to be a better lover. It's called Natural Bedroom Secrets. And I have a course called Natural Libido Secrets, which is all about health, diet, nutrition, supplementation to help you get your highest levels of testosterone and hormone balances through all of those factors. In addition there, I also include exercise routines and programs that will help you get into the highest levels of testosterone, highest levels of growth hormone possible. I'm very excited to share this stuff with you guys. I'm very excited to share all of the knowledge that I've learned over the years so that you have an easier time getting to a place of confidence, of clarity, of performance, of capacity, of relaxation, because confidence creates relaxation. Confidence creates better skills and capacity. Once you learn the skills, you're going to be able to take those skills in the bedroom, but also other aspects of your life. I guarantee it. Stay with me on this journey. I want to hear from you. I want to know who you are. I want to connect with you, and I want to help you and support you as you go. No matter what age you are, no matter where you're at, there's always something to learn, there's always something to discover, and there's always something to shoot for and to aim for. I'm really excited that you guys are here. I'm excited that you're on the path. And I want to welcome you all to the Natural Jackson program. I'll see you guys on the inside. Stay vital, my friends. I'm Jackson Voye Hightower, and I'm the CEO of Natural Jackson. A lot of people ask me, what do I care about most, and why did I start this brand? For one, I care about authenticity. I care about people who actually walk their walk and talk their talk. I care about people who actually walk their talk. It's really important to not cut corners as a brand. It's really important to have purity, to focus on effectiveness, and to create products that actually are meaningful, and not just copycat products or kitchen sink type products that a lot of other people do, because it's easy in this day and age to take a formula, bring it to a formulator, and have them create something that's similar. I care about effectiveness. I want the products to work. If they don't work, we can't use them. And now on that note, every body is different. Not every body is going to react the same to every product. Some people may have allergic reactions. Some people may have rashes or irritations. Some people may feel incredible. Some people may feel nothing at all. And that's the reality when it comes to different types of products that come from Mother Nature, is that you never know exactly how it's going to work on you. So you have to give it a shot. I care about being natural. There are too many people in the world that are inundated with chemicals through their food, through their drinking water, through their skin, the products they put on their skin and on their bodies, through pharmaceutical drugs. We are inundated with chemicals, toxins, phytoestrogens, endocrine disruptors. All these chemicals are essentially decimating our testosterone, and they're reducing our viability as men. They are decimating our testosterone, and they are inhibiting our viability to be men. Testosterone is the hormone that makes men men. And what's happening in the environment right now from all different factors is that men are being bombarded with chemicals that create more estrogen-like factors in their bodies. If a man has more estrogen in his system, what that does is it actually caps the body's natural ability to create testosterone from cholesterol. And what happens is you'll see the levels of estrogen rise and the levels of testosterone drop. And that affects a man a great deal. His will, his vigor, his vitality, his sexual function, his energy levels, and his general capacity for life. Life feels less good and it's more dull when you have less levels of testosterone. And doctors might say, oh, well, the ranges are changing and all that. Bullshit. These things in our environment are decimating our T levels. For the last 40 years, testosterone has dropped roughly 1% per year. That's an astonishing fact. And it's something that every man should be very, very, very aware of. I'm not sure where you're at in your life, but what I know is that I want to make sure that I'm the most vital, that I'm the most potent, that I'm the most virile man I can be for as long as I live, because that's going to give me energy. It's going to give me zest. It's going to give me gusto for life. That's where I want to be as I get older and as I mature. And we're seeing younger and younger men. A lot of my clients and customers coming in their 20s. I have low testosterone. I have low libido. I have erectile dysfunction. It's a function of our environment. It's a function of our choices that we're making. It's a function of the amount of time that you spend online watching porn. It's the amount of time that you spend masturbating to porn and training your body and training your dopamine receptors to want that visceral, hardcore nature of porn, rather than choosing to find a partner in real life and having a different type of intimate experience. What else do I care about? I care about purity of product. I care about formulations. I care about whether my products are in glass or bottles. That matters to me. It may not matter to everybody, but it matters to me. Because you have to have authenticity along the line of your entire product line, from where you source your ingredients from, the purity and the effectiveness of those ingredients, what kind of materials you're using to bottle your products, what kind of protocols you're providing to people so that they can make the most use of those products. How can they be the most effective? Look, I've tried thousands of supplements over the years. I've tried every pill for different levels of sexual function from all around the world. The Tongkats, the Fedosias, the Morapamas, you name it, the ashwagandhas. I found the most effectiveness with traditional Chinese medicine, stuff coming from Asia. The reason why is because it's been around for 3,000 years. Western medicine is fantastic. Western medicine is fantastic for acute issues that involve surgeries and big expensive machines. But if you're talking about the root causes of issues, Western medicine is not going to be helpful for you at all. You have to look outside the box. You have to look to the Eastern protocols. You have to look to protocols where they focus on the root of the issue. They focus on the bottom of the issue, not just putting on a Band-Aid solution like a pharmaceutical drug company would, or like a lot of these other companies that sell men's sexual health products. You know the names, Hims, Roman, Lemonade, etc. They're all selling drugs. They've done a phenomenal job of branding themselves as this other company. Oh, it's just a Hims. It's actually not just a Hims. It's a pharmaceutical drug. Every single product that they make is a pharmaceutical drug. And their goal is to get you addicted to it for as long as possible, because they don't focus on any of the root causes of why these things are happening to you, whether they be mental, psychosomatic, emotional, or physiological, okay? It's inauthentic and it's a cut through and it's a Band-Aid solution. That's not how I operate. As natural as possible for as long as possible. That's my motto. That's how I live my life. Is there a point in time 30 years down the road where I may need testosterone replacement therapy? Sure. Am I going to be smart about that? Sure. But am I a 20-year-old guy who's looking at some person on a podcast talking about TRT and then going and taking it because I think that that's what's beneficial for me and because I'm just listening to this influencer? You got to think. You got to really dive into the reality of your situation. Why is this stuff happening? Do I want a Band-Aid solution? Do I want a quick fix silver bullet? Guess what? Those don't exist. Life doesn't work that way. Okay, you have to put in effort and you have to put in time. And the body is an amazing piece of technology. And if you feed it the right fuel, if you put the right inputs in, you will get the right inputs out. If you exercise, if you sweat, if you challenge yourself, if you push your body, if you avoid processed foods, toxic chemicals in your foods, if you avoid GMO foods, if you avoid foods that are sprayed with atrazine and other pesticides and herbicides, if you avoid plastic and use glass instead for everything, Tupperwares, whatever it may be, these are easy choices that you can make, that you need to choose. What do you want? Is it a function of having enough money or not? Is it a function of having enough desire? Where do you sit in the spectrum? I see a lot of guys out there who want a lot of things but aren't willing to work for them to get there. And that's a really bad approach to anything. It's a bad approach to life. I've been an athlete since I was 4 years old. I got a black belt when I was 7 years old in Taekwondo. I practiced 4 hours a day for 4 years straight. Played baseball throughout high school and college. Played soccer. I started playing baseball, soccer, and Taekwondo when I was 4. I've been training my entire life. And it doesn't mean you have to be an athlete and train to be able to do this stuff. But it means that there's a level of discipline and dedication that you have to have with anything if you want to see results. This body, this frame, this lifestyle is a function of 20 plus years of effort and of work and of knowledge, gaining, learning, reading, understanding. It didn't just happen. I didn't just get it through osmosis one day. I spent time, I spent energy, I spent effort to create the frame that I have, to create the mindset that I have. All of these things take time. and they take your desire. What kind of a man do you want to be? Do you want to be a guy that shortcuts his way through life? Do you want to be a guy that puts on band-aids whenever there's an issue and he doesn't actually tackle the real thing, the real root cause? Who do you want to be? If you want to do pharmaceutical drugs and do band-aid solutions, then don't try my stuff. You're not going to be willing to put in the effort that it takes in order to heal something naturally. But let me tell you this, when you do heal it naturally and you don't need anything else anymore in your life, and you're able to get erections on command, you're able to have the most vitality, the most vigor, high levels of testosterone, because you are priming your body along every aspect of your life. That is the natural way, and that is as good as gold. There isn't a price point that you could put on that, okay? Everybody wants that. Not everyone is willing to do what it takes to get there. And that's my charge for you. What are you focused on? What do you care about? What do you want your life to be like? Are you going to go through the motions? Are you going to hope to be some crypto billionaire because you got lucky 10 years ago? Are you going to start taking pharmaceutical drugs and immediately shed all your weight and get healthy? What do you want to do? What do you want to put your energy towards? If you're not into sports and not into athletics, that's fine. You can walk, can't you? Go for a walk every day. Walk for an hour. Get a sweat in. If you live near the ocean, go swim in the ocean every now and then. Get a bike, go for a bike ride. They're easy things that you could do in order to be the most vital, the most vigorous, the most healthy, the most sexually confident man you can be. And that's the stuff that I care about. And that's the stuff that I want to share with you. Because if you don't know which way to go, you come to me. And if you don't know which way to go, you come to me. And I will help you, and I will support you, and I will guide you, and I will direct you. I put together programs and courses on my app called Natural Jackson on the App Store and on Google Play, along a number of different tracks. Along a number of different tracks, they're going to help you get your body right, get your skills right, get your mind right. There's also a ton of free content on there to help you understand how you can get yourself in the best position for success. This fucking noise. I'm on a flow right now. It feels good. I put all these programs out because I am an educator. I am a teacher. I'm not just sitting here selling you a supplement. I want to show you what you can do in your life very pragmatically and very practically, step by step, to help you get better in touch with yourself, your sexual energy, to help conserve it, to help protect it, to help respect it, to help you get better libido and better arousal through diet, nutrition, supplementation, to help you work on your manhood downstairs if you have an issue with your size. I can help you grow, length and girth. But it takes commitment and it takes practice. It doesn't just happen like that. Nothing happens like that. We get fooled in media and all these stories about these Cinderella companies that just became so successful. No one ever talks about the years of effort, work, struggle to get to that place. Doubt, lack of confidence, okay? You build on a foundation and then you grow from that foundation. You learn skills, you get confident, you practice them in real life. You absorb other information, you build that foundation into a massive skyscraper of information, of value, and you work on yourself. And then you can help other people once you work on yourself. That's what I focus on. That's my mission. I'm here to change the face of the men's sexual health movement. I'm here to change the face of the men's health movement, because the men's health movement starts down here. It starts with your sexual energy. It starts with your vitality. It starts with the confidence that you have in those areas, because every decision that you make in your life, believe it or not, is a result of how you feel about this part of your body, whether you respect this part of your body or not, whether you know the power that this part of your body has the capacity to affect your life or not. You see, sexual vitality and the energy that's created through that region of your body, through your manhood, it is the most potent force of energy on the planet. It creates life. It enhances creativity. It can heal physical impairments. It can increase your vitality, your vigor, your sense of self. But not if you don't respect it, and not if you don't cherish it. It's a very, 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 very critical part of my teachings. I have spent years, 10 plus years, traveling all around the world, working with masters, educators, learning, videos, books, courses, in-person workshops, one-on-one workshops, deep work to understand sexual vitality, the sexual arts, the sensual arts. And I combine that with my knowledge of health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, and my capacity in the martial arts to bring you a protocol that is going to help you alleviate all of your issues and elevate you throughout every aspect of your life using natural methods and natural protocols. All products coming from Mother Nature. 0 pharmaceutical drugs. 0 fillers. 0 bullshit. I don't mess around. I care about this stuff so deeply. It is my passion. It is my dharma. It is why I am here. It is because I want to make the human race better, and I want to help men the most, because I care deeply about my brothers. I care deeply about fathers and their sons. I care about the relationships that we have with each other as we're going through a very, very, very interesting world of shifting dynamics, shifting polarities. Men need a lot of support. Men need a lot of growth. Men need a lot of compassion. I'm one of you, and we are together in this journey. And the reason why I'm here doing this is because I want to affect you in a positive way. At the very least, you may come away from one of my teachings or courses or short form video formats on social media and say, that's interesting. I never thought about that. That little spark is all that's needed to ignite an entire movement of guys who are going to value their sexual energy in a totally different way. This isn't about fucking like a porn star. Women don't want that. And if they do, it's at the end of the time when they're already loose and lubricated. This is about learning how to be connected with yourself so that you can be connected with your partner. Because Lord knows, we're not taught anything in school about sexual dynamics. We're not taught anything in our life really about sexual dynamics. We learn from experience. And oftentimes the experience doesn't have communication or back and forth, and it has no experts involved. You have to have an expert in this realm. We as humans, we're born and we develop sexually, and we understand what we need to do sexually, where to put the thing. But we don't understand how to get good at it. And we don't understand, and we're never taught how to listen to our partner in a way that will allow us to create a more natural experience, a more pleasurable experience.
You see, you have to be taught these things by someone who is an expert. And I have done tremendous amounts of training with a variety of different masters who are experts in their field to bring you a very concise protocol that includes many things that I've learned from many different people, and then my own spin and my own personal experience with partners of the last 10, 15 years. To bring you a completely holistic, natural, to bring you the most effective protocol for men's sexual enhancement that there is. Products, courses, education, information, all of it combined in one place to help you be the best man that you can be the most confident guy you can be the best lover, be the most present with your partner. Because it's not even just about having the skills. It's about knowing when to turn on the juice, when to pull back, which area to go next, and why, and which area to pull back. It's like breathing. You breathe in, you breathe out. You breathe in, you breathe out. That's what we do when we're with a partner. We're consistently looking at cues, listening for cues, using physical touch to get cues. It's fun and it's incredible. And when you have a teacher who cares about what you're doing and will allow you to get to those places together, that's the beauty. That's the fun, where the fun comes in for me, because I want to help and support men from every age range. As soon as they get into their sexual, years, 18 plus. You want to learn how to connect with a woman? Well, I've got stuff for that. You want to learn how to grow your manhood? I've got programs for that. Do you want to work on your ED if you're an older guy and you're having trouble keeping your blood flow? Well, let's work on your health first, and let's get you some products. Let's work on your mindset. There's a lot of fun out there. This is my life. This is my vision. This is my mission. This is my purpose. This is my ikigai. This is why I'm here. And I'm happy to do it. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the life lessons that I have had to get me to this place so that I can positively affect your life. Stay vital, stay natural. I love you guys.